glory's chase, feel the ground shake. You stand tall, never fear the climb. All for one, and it's game time. In the stands, hear the roaring crowds. Wearing colors, we're standing proud. 12 teams fight under the spotlight's rays. Glory's night in the all-star blaze. Sweat and toil on this hallowed turf, one will rise.
What up? Good evening, boys. How are we doing? Welcome to part one of the Dugg and Dimbolo double ender on this Saturday, Sunday doubleheader weekend as we crack on with the All-Stars. A little bit of a look of how we look. Dandy's top of the central on 28 points, flying 8 clear of Pelham. A local fire on 17, Alcatraz on 10. Into the Eastern, it's Bisons and Dandy's kind of toe for toe so far this season. They are also on 28 points. Vikings on 23, Drivetrain and Memphis Reigns on 10. Vikings and Drivetrain definitely being best of the rest outside the Dandies and Bisons. And then Western, the kind of conference that's probably struggling the most this season. Demons, Steam Pigs, Shore Pump and Gators, respectively. I've had no requests for any early shouts, so we will see where the game takes us, and it takes us straight to Alcatraz Dandies, which is convenient as the Mega Horse is in the chat. Dan, if you could just have a little look at your team, because your Twitter message was really short, and then actually your email submission was much more detailed. So there was a little bit of confused myself a little bit there. So if you could just check that I've got that right. I think your Twitter message just said about the 2 transfers coming off the bench, and then your email, was actually a new tactic file and instructions, so that was really confusing. Let me just get your new tactic file, bud. Give me 1 second. 24211 Alcatraz 2. Give me 2 secs. I didn't see the 2 at the end of your tactic file name on the email. I just seen the 24212 and just assumed it was the same one. So give me 1 moment. And we will load that up and just have a little look there, Dan. Yeah, that was obviously that was the confusion. Yeah, I'd seen it on the email, mate. But obviously the only difference is it's got the 2 after, and I haven't spotted the 2, and the actual setup of it is exactly the same. Is that good to go, Dan, mate? Yeah, just give us a yeah. That's all grand. Dimbolo, how are we doing, son? How's the head? Horse, I'm going to go, mate. Yeah, cheers. Lovely. Brilliant. And a couple of changes for the Dandies. Thierry Henry comes back to the Dandies, having been pretty poor the first time he was here. Only the 1 goal in 8. And Gerard comes in for the injured Edgar Davids. Cafu still a few away from fitness. Best of luck, Horsey. Big game this for the Alcatraz, given that they are quite considerably behind Dandies in the Central. Although to be fair to Horse, on every message that he sent, he has said that he's still just kind of really trying to work out his 11. Although the Alcatraz have one cleared off the line there. Yeah, off the line, hit the bar. Feels like a really attacking game from both sides. Who's going to get this first goal just before half-time? Is it Veron Romoshenko? Tactical foul from Archie back there. Samuel clears one. Alcatraz definitely holding their own here. The text seemed a hell of a lot more attacking than the actual match stats do. 1 off the line, I suppose 1 off the bar would have been a chance either side. 6s and 7s and an 8 for Christian Chivu at the back there with his captain's armband there tonight. We'll see. Evening, stay, mate. How you doing? Evening, Tato. And we'll see what Horse wants to do. Yeah, it did, absolutely. And Romoshenko felt as though he was far more involved than the 9 passes attempted. Yeah, I agree. I think that's the recurring theme. Dandies are going to do what we've done at halftime over the last couple of weeks and just try and kick on a little bit and be a little bit more attacking. It is an as-is till 60 from the Alcatraz. Oh boy, I must score, but he didn't. He is one of those players that, and Roberto Carlos looked certain to score but didn't. We'll go to Dandies first, and Simkoviak's going to come on and Figo's going to come on. And over the Alcatraz, 6 for Omashenko, 8 for Shivu and Paredes and Kandaya. Condition-wise, nothing to worry about there. Kandaya being on 86%. Yeah, our mate ended up cancelling. Our mate ended up coming down with like a sickness bug, so we wanted that nowhere near Ava. But there's a reason why she's got a ring on her finger, and she was like, yeah, just crack on with the boys anyway. So, yeah, decent shout. And we'll see what Horse wants to do. Simkoviak obviously is I'd say he's probably a joint Dugg and Horsey favourite. So we'll see what he can do against one of his Bishkan off for Marcelino Carioca. Swap with Prutton. Tony for Constantino. And we roll to full time. Cornering by Figo. Boya goes into the book now. He's already missed that one chance. Samuel there in there. Oh, Alcatraz again pushing. Crespo, Shivu with a big chance. He's on for the man of the match performance, it feels like. Prutton, Zambrotta now. Feels like it's been more Alcatraz since 60 minutes. Oh, there's Hernan Crespo. Is this going to be another 1-0 Dandies? Fine save from Chiotis. High tension here. Can the Alcatraz get back into it? Veron, Shivu, a lot of yellow and blue. And there we go. It's full time. All right, Roxy. Full time in the Central. And the Dandies have ground out another 1-0 win. That is 5 goals conceded in 14 games, which is, I mean, when have you guys ever known me to have a side that does that? It's absolutely so anti-Duggan. It's unreal. Shivu does get man of the match performance. Yeah, Alcatraz, Horse, I think you deserved at least a point there. From 60 minutes onwards, you were on top. And you also had cleared one off the line in the first half. Shivu with a man of the match performance. He was very much out in the cold for previous managers, but he's again a Horsey favourite. Never seems to let him down. Big performance there. And Dandy's ratings don't really look great. But they do get over the line with a clean sheet and a win. Well played, Horse. Evening, Dan. Hope you're well, man. We go over the Vikings next, which is probably good given the time differential. This is how they go. They only make one change, I believe. Is it on the bench? No, he goes as is against Drivetrain. Goes absolutely as is for the Vikings. And why not? Because they've been in some good form. Over at the Drivetrain, look at this. This is horrendous. Savage wants on later. Has he said that in the group, Tato, has he? Okay, cheers. I appreciate that shout, Tato, because I was just about... yeah, sorry. Cheers, Tato. I appreciate that, mate. We have got Dimbolo in the chat, and Rob is away with the family, so we roll with Des Moines Gators, I think. This is how the Gators go. They do make a change. Richie Wellens comes into MC with Rossini top on his own, and that is because of the injury to Anelka. Martin Lawson comes in for Hoffland, who is suspended. Over at the Des Moines Demons, they go very much as is, shape and tactic file-wise, but Clivert comes back in for Mattia Kesman for Rob. Demons, who have been pretty good, if a little inconsistent, they've been all right. 2 teams scratching about for a bit of consistency. Gators have been really difficult to beat. Oh, Wellens fuss for me. I appreciate that, mate. Let's have an open book on how many passes he's going to complete. I think he's going to... Oh, Louis Enrique is sent off for Rob. Dims, let us know what you want to do. In the absence of Rob, I think we'll do that. And we'll just be I'll not take the arrow off IMO because I think that's interfering a little bit too much. But that's how we'll go unless Rob pops up. Yeah, let us know how many passes you think Wellens will make. I'm going to go 45 plus, easy. Especially with 10 men. And we'll see if Dims wants to do anything in there. 6s and 7s. But I guess we've got a Dims roll as is. Yeah, a Gators win would be massive for Steve in terms of in terms of that Eastern or Western, whichever one they are. Oh, and it is Imore. And I can't be blamed for that because I didn't take the arrow off, which I'm glad about, because if I had took the arrow off and he had scored, I would have felt really guilty with that. Gators find themselves 1-0 down, but a man advantage. You imagine that there's going to be a little bit of a kick on from Dimbolo at half time. Michielini with a double chance. Toldo looked like a triple save from Toldo there. 2 minutes to go. Appeal for a penalty for Des Moines, but we get to half time and Steve Roos, Imore, because he's done more in 3 games for Rob than he has in, 5 for Steam Pigs, and then he was pretty good the first time round. We get a half-time match stats there. Gators on top, but just not being able to put the ball in the back of the net. I think we might end up seeing Dimbolo go 2 up top here, potentially with Totti maybe, or Extabiria coming on. Over to Des Moines, Imore on an 8 and an assist for... Oh, hello, mate. You're 1-0 up. You're down to 10. Dim's made no changes in response. That's your shape. Just put Brozek central with the arrow, so let us know what you want to do. Roll from Rob, I imagine. Yep, cheers. And then Dims, if you let me know what you're going to do here. I think we might lose one of these DMCs to go 2 up top with Extabiria maybe, or Totti going up top and Extabiria going into AMC. Milewski on the yellow is probably the guy that Dimbolo has in his crosshair. Just while we're all waiting for Dims's changes, I reckon probably by about Monday, Tuesday, I'll have a bit of a plan to share with you for next season, directly based on your feedback in the little survey thing. Dims just confirm arrows on or off the DMCs. I'm assuming off. Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate that, mate. Milewski off for Experia, stick them alongside Rossini. Totti arrows off and Totti arrow on and DMC's arrows off. Best of luck to both as we roll to 60. Gators are looking to be a little bit more attacking, but the Des Moines have been pretty solid so far. 62 minutes played. Brozek, if he had buried that, he would have definitely been getting a man of match performance with his assist and then his goal. Wellens on a 6. Never change, Richie. Never change. Everybody else looks okay, fun, spectacular. Totti trying to do his best to get the team into the game. You might see a little bit of an extension of the winger arrows there for Dims. Over to the Demons, looking really, really good actually. Materazzi the 6. And condition-wise, nothing to worry about. And there is no room for sentiment in this game. For Hersey and swap with Totti. And we'll see what Robert wants to do. Yeah, roll for Robert. And we'll roll to full time. Oh, and there is Rossini. First ever goal for the Gators. That'll be a massive goal for Dims to see. Get him on the way. Yeah, cheers, Rob. Thank you, mate. Are we going to get first extra time? And it is Totti. Oh, and the Gators. A bit of Dimbolo magic on the Dugg and Dimbolo weekend. Oh, wow. Absolute Dimbolo magic. He might be playing with a Gator side that he hasn't built. And it may be a subpar squad, but he's still got the magic touch. And Rob Marshall has been absolutely mass singer there. Take it off. Take it off. As Francesco Totti probably should have got man of the match there, but Michielini does. And yeah, if in doubt, get Richie Wellens off. I think that's what we've learned conclusively here tonight, and to get a massive, massive win. Magic touch, 2 wins and 12. Over to the Steam Pigs against the Short Pump Sloths. This is how the Steam Pigs go tonight, really trying to feed Sigs with the 2 AMCs in behind. Savage, Tato saved you, mate. I hadn't seen your message asking to go late. Wellens available for the right price. You got him off free off me, didn't you? Tato saved your bacon there, mate, because I didn't see your message because I'd already kicked off and I was just about to hit click continue. And he said, hang on, Savage wants a later game. So you owe Tato a pint. That's how the short pump slots go tonight. 3 DMCs with the wingers, but interestingly, the 2 AMCs behind Salas, probably playing to his strengths. Loy has recently brought Pizarro in, and he's yet to do anything with him. Best of luck to both. Steam Pigs really do need the... well, Steam Pigs would love a win here, given that they've just seen the Des Moines Demons get beat. Tato shouting out Rossini there. I definitely think Salas puts his team 1-0 up. I definitely think that over the course of the All-Stars, Rossini is a player whose value has went up. Definitely went up. And Maxime gets his team back in the hunt. Maxime again with another chance. Del Vecchio, as Daz is starting to get introduced to the damage that Maxime can do. You can look on top for an entire 45 minutes. All the Steam Pigs have definitely grown into it at the back end of that second half. And Maxime turns up and runs the show. Did he get the assist? He did indeed. He did indeed. I thought he did on the comms, but wasn't too sure. Mark van Bommel into a book for a yellow on a 6. And over at the short pump, they really are just struggling to put any sort of form together at the minute. Lizarazu, don't think we've ever really seen him on that left-hand side do anything other than a DML, of course. And we'll wait for Steve to decide what he wants to do. It's a roll from Dan. We go to Daz. Sorry, Daz. There's that many Dans in the fucking league. As we roll to 60 minutes. Oh, and there is Lizarazu, the curse of the commentator. And I love Lizarazu as well, by the way. I think I drafted him first round for that DML. Oh, and Paul Scholes. What a game this is. It's a Desmond. 62 minutes played. Who wants to win this? Oliver Kahn on a 5. Is he getting towards the back end of his career now? How old is he? 34. He's probably the end of this season. You know, you look to move him on because his stats are going to fall off a cliff probably. Ayala and Stam on bookings, but having a really good game at the back. Maxim keeping them on the toes. Del Vecchio on a 9. Van Bommel on a 6. You've got to be Ambrosini for him, I would imagine, or Soroczynski, to be fair. Other than that, I cannot see what Steve does there. Yeah, it's a fair point, Steve. Fair point, mate. Smirnoff Ice. Do you having a turbo shandy there, Sav? I used to love a turbo shandy, you know. 3/4 of a lager and then a Smirnoff Ice top. Used to love that, boys. Back in the day. Fuck me. Made some mistakes with the turbo shandies. You don't get this crack in Super League, do you? You don't get Martin talking about fucking Smirnoff Ices and turbo shandies. Yeah. Get a turbo shandy on the go, Sav. Get a turbo shandy on the go and send us a pic, mate. Seedorf off for Pizarro and 2 up top. Yeah, turbo. If Steve Wright saying turbo shandy was ridiculous, then it must have been fucking ridiculous. Yeah, absolutely. Like speed and a pint. Seedorf off for Pizarro. Put him up top. Piero for Riquelme. Oh, I missed that second one, didn't I? Good job, I double read that. And it's an as is. Yeah, Steve, defo. Let's all get on the turbo shandies tonight, boys. And Steve is an as is role, mate. Thanks. So we will go to full time. Definitely game of the night, this. 2 sides who do love to attack, but both who do leak goals. Steve, of course, in season 1, having that ridiculously high score on Steam Pig side. Where I think they went a good 8 or 9 games of scoring at least 3. Someone will correct us in terms of the stats. Who's going to get the winner? Dede. Sigalko, big save from Oliver Kahn. Big save from Oliver Kahn. No lagering. I respect the fact that you went looking, Sav. I respect the fact that you went looking, mate. Steam Pigs felt on top there in the last kind of 20 minutes or so, but Oliver Kahn probably turns his 5 into a 7, into a 6, with that big save from Maxim at the end there. Dims is never drinking again. Dims, do you remember getting in the Discord chat last night and chatting to us on FIFA, and then he got told off by the missus? That was pretty funny, that. And I just talked for 20 minutes about the best chips in the world. As we see what the boys want to do. Making good time here tonight. Hopefully we'll get off for Parker Bacole. About a 9:30 ring walk, that's estimated to be as well, isn't it? Terry for Ayala. There's the piggies. Yeah, absolutely, Sav. Absolutely. I remember it being a quid 50 a bottle on a Thursday night in town. Quid 50 a bottle for Smirnoff Ices. Used to come back with 10 bottles from the bar thinking you're King Dick. Just the one change for the short pump. Steam Pig's just having a little bit of a look what they want to do. Simak for MVB. Diagar to meet scores. It's an Alf crossing. I'll see you at the Alf Bridge. That's one of my best, that, to be fair. To be totally honest. As we get to 95 minutes, you are reminded. And it is Nicky Ferenko. It's the Belarusian double, Nicky and Sigs. And puts the league on a bit of notice, to be honest, if them two start firing. As the Steam Pigs come out with probably a deserved win, but the short pump sloths do make a good account of themselves. And there's Daz's first introduction to what Maxim can do in competitive champ. It is a painful place to be. Con drops back down to a 5 as the Steam Pigs get a massive win. We do have Sav here now. We go to drivetrain against the Vikings. Yeah. Dim's on the dog agility course is fucking brilliant. 3 minutes in, Matavikia, who again, probably like Rossini, is a player whose value has went up as the drivetrain get 2-0 up. The worst 11 he's probably put out in a long time, given the amount of injuries, and they're 2-0 up at home. The Rezzies showing Sav that they should get a greater slice of the pie, to be honest. Vikings in a bit of a crisis here. 25 minutes played. Drivetrain 2-0 up, 3-0 up. Wow. As Giovanni Elber, who was on the Champions League draw the other day, I don't know if you caught it on Friday afternoon. He was doing the Champions League draw on Friday afternoon, and he draws Drivetrain 3-0 ahead at half-time. Assists from Kenny Cunningham and Elber, as this is probably probably the best Drivetrain I've looked all season, if I'm being totally honest with you. Richard Wright on a 5. Chucking them in for the Vikings. As Jens just laughs. And that kind of DMC line hasn't really turned up. Feels as though the Drivetrain have just fucking walked through them. Yeah, I mean, who's it? So Perry and Cunningham are in there. Who else wouldn't be getting a look in? Well, Abiati wouldn't be getting a look in, would he? Yeah, a bit mad, that. Great performance. We'll pull the Vikings up again because I think there might be wholesale changes. Casillas for Wright. Ado for Ocko. Extend the winger arrows. And an as is from the Drivetrain. As Jens looks to go on the front foot between 45 to 60. 51 minutes played now. Header from Zidane could have put them 4-0 up. Oh, and Hussein, the talisman, definitely been Vikings' best player this season. Nothing to worry about in terms of condition, but we'll just hold that there for Jens, given the game state and the ratings. And then we'll hop over to the Drivetrain, whose stats look really, really impressive. It's a really solid home performance. Yeah, I think Zidane was at the Vikings briefly in either Super League or All Stars as well. I think Jens is another manager that's tried and failed. It's a rule from Sav. Jeremy's into Matty to MC and Viduka for Hussein. And we will go to full time. And this one looks dead and buried, to be honest. Oh, but Giggs has something to say. Giggs has something to say. Is that enough to get Vikings back into it? As Ronaldo now gets involved, feels very Vikings heavy since 60 minutes. Giggs again with a half a chance. Viduka couldn't keep his chance down. It's all Vikings. But the clock just jumps from 70 yards to 93, and we do get a really comprehensive home win for the Detroit Drivetrain with a man of the match performance from Giovanni Elber with an assist and a brace. Should have been a 10, that really. That's a really harsh 9, in all honesty with you. Not often you say that, but that's a harsh 9. Over at the Vikings, just didn't turn up, to be honest, there tonight. Mackay on a 6, Hussein on a 6. They've been so good for him. And as Jens has just said in the chat there, it was done within 30 minutes. Unlucky, Jens. It is Bisons against the Memphis Reigns. This is how the Memphis Reigns go. Montero comes back in. And what was the other change? There was just a couple of changes on the bench. Cordoba coming on the bench and Tetradze coming off it. Bisons, who have played the same amount of games as Dandies now, will probably need a win. Well, they do need a win to keep level with them. Tato, given that me and Dan have both fucked your bench up in the last 2 game weeks, Saviola is on there as instructed. But I just want to make sure that we haven't missed anything there, mate, because you've been burned by both me and Dan missing a sub over the last couple of weeks. Yeah, Saviola to make an appearance. Just give us an all good spot if you can, mate. I'm taking that as everything's fine, Spud. I'm going to click continue. 3, 2, 1. Lovely. Spot on. Cheers, Spud. Appreciate it. As it's the blue and white against the black and blue. As the Memphis Reigns keeper couldn't move according to the commentary text there. Gattuso with a drive over the bar. Vieri saying that, or Rock saying that Vieri was broken in the WhatsApp the other day. Oh, and Montero goes off. Is that how many reds has he had this season? Did he have one? No, he didn't. I thought he'd had a couple for me when he was there, but he was really good for the Dandies. I'm guessing it's going to be a one at the back from Rocks. Haven't seen him in a good while. So we'll just give him about 15 seconds or so to pop his head up. Rocks would definitely be going one at the back, wouldn't he? And I think anything else is going 2 at the back is probably an allegation of me wanting them to be defensively sound so that Bisons don't win. If Rocks was here, he'd definitely be going one at the back. Tato, any change, mate? Given that it's a red. Also just gives Rocks a couple of more seconds to pop up. Roll it. Okay. I think one at the back is exactly what Rocks would have done. Bisons are probably one of the teams that you would have strong reservations about going one at the back against, to be honest with you. Memphis Reigns haven't laid a glove on the Bisons. 0-0 at half time, down to 10 men. And Dye on an 8. And pretty solid all round. It's got to be an as is from Tato, I would imagine. Over to Reigns, Montero letting his side down. Really few passes from the key players in terms of George Atos, Mark Anthony and Vieri. Charlie Chaos missing his tackles as well. Rocks isn't live. It's an as is from Tato. So we'll roll. Cannons off the crossbar from Zé Roberto. Robin hits the woodwork now. And we get to 60. Condition-wise, nothing to worry about. I think we're going to see a 3 up top from Spud here, or ML, MR all the way up. Tato definitely believes condition is a myth, but there's nothing to worry about there. And we'll see what the Spud man wants to do. Shevchenko still not really able to get in the team. And Saviola's probably going to come on, given that there was a potential Edwards rule violation involving Saviola. Extend the wing-back arrows up another level. Give Diag to Keane. Kuhl to where Keane is. And put Saviola at AMC for Keane. Sheva for and Penza 2. Tato, I appreciate the clarity in those subs, mate. Sully's on for Anthony from Roxy. And we will roll to full time. Memphis Reigns just coming into it a little bit more. Frey with a superb save. Frey, who's, I believe he's out the door. Oh, Vieri. If Vieri wasn't broken pre-kickoff, then he is broken now. Jimenez. I definitely overpaid for Vieri as well. Jimenez, I'm guessing. Rocks. If not, I'll cancel and tell me what you want. Give you a couple of seconds there, Rocks. Yeah, not ideal, mate, at all. Not ideal. Well, it would be massive if it was Jimenez that came on and scored the winner, mate. Oh, and Iron Robin on 87 minutes. Season 1.5. He had so many late goals in that first season. So many late goals. And he does it again tonight as the Bisons, not on top form, but they do back up the Dandies 1-0 win with a Bisons 1-0 win. And it's probably the best Robin that we've seen, I think, in competitive champs, I would say. We go lastly to a local fire against the Pelham Pumas. Dan with his own bit of an injury crisis at the minute. That's how he goes. And we go over to the local fire who have more or less went in as is, bar a couple of little personnel tweaks on the bench. Which is unusual for Scott, and we'll see again another 2 teams in the Central that could do with the win given the Dandies' his form. And it's Davy Collins with his first ever goal for the local fire. And Morientes fires back. What a game we've got to bring us over the line. Jacques smashes it. Westerveld with a save. Ronaldinho tried to square it. Very nearly said the offensive description for someone squaring it in the box there. Glad I didn't. Oh, and Agahawa on his debut gets a goal for the local fire. .42 minutes played now. Joey Cole with a fair shot, and we're going to get a half time with a local fire 2-1 up, but a really, really good game for both sides there. Agahawa into the book to go with his goal, and Fiore with a goal as well. Although the midfield really isn't seeing much of the ball from the local fire, potentially going a little bit more direct. And over to Pelham. Roll to 60 from Scotty. We'll just say there's Champman Dan as we roll for now. Collins probably puts the... Oh, it's disallowed. A lifeline for Pelham. 59 minutes played and Massimo Donati. Scotty, if you can just be on standby, we'll do the 60s for now. So there's your stats. I'll just give you both a quick look at your stats. And we'll do the 60s with that Donati injury. Is KD on the verge of pulling the trigger for a deal for Ronaldinho? Feels like he is, to be honest. Hasn't been great this season. Amoroso for Donati and 2 up top. And Kerr for Fiore. And we roll 2 full time. Best of luck to both. Big save from Andre. Pt1 now has been good since he came in. Jacques misses one. Amoroso, Ronaldinho, corner in, offside. Kerr getting involved since coming on. 85 minutes played now. Can a local fire just see this out? Amoroso can't miss. He does. Morientes gets the rebound and it falls to Takinori as Pelham take this game to extra time in what looked to be, oh man, I think that was a shot from someone who Amoroso can't miss. Morientes got the rebound and squared it to Takinori. Did Morientes get the assist? No, he didn't. So he must have missed it himself as we get the Pelham stats. And over at the local fire. 120-minute draw would be really, really good for the Dandies. There'd be some absolute distance between them and the rest of the Sentinel if that was to be the case. As Pelham go Chadwick for Ortega. Yes, a great game. Great game. I think we might be about to see Roque Santa Cruz. Chadwick for Ortega, yeah, absolutely right. It is Santa Cruz for Agahawa. Isn't it mad how when you've played the game long enough with managers, you almost know what they're going to do? Like, I knew that was coming from Scotty and Myloff. Best of luck to both. 94 minutes played. Santa Cruz with half a chance. Collins with a shot. Vesterveld keeping the tie alive here for Pelham. 105 minutes. And it's Rustico who wins the game on the golden goal. And what a game that was to end the night. Davy Collins, man of the match performance. Gets a 10 for 1 goal and 1 assist. And over to Pelham, who were just probably a little bit unlucky. As I said, Ronaldinho, who has been poor this season. I think he's on the verge of pulling the trigger on a big offer for him, I think. And unlucky to Pelham. That gets us to the classifieds. So we saw the drivetrains really impressive. 3-1 up or 3-0 up within the first half an hour. Bison's keeping a clean sheet against 10 men with Iron Robin looking back to his best with a 1-0. Dandies again with another clean sheet against the Alcatraz, 1-0 from Crespo. We've just seen our local fire beat Pelham. We've seen a couple of games ago, the Gators come back for 1-0 down against 10 men Des Moines. And the Steam Pigs won a slobber knocker in extra time with a Nicky Franco and Sigalko Belarusian brace. That takes us to the full-time whistle, boys. I shall do packs straight away. If you could make sure that all deals are up to date on the spreadsheet, I'll ask Dims to process them tomorrow night. And I'll get the save uploaded straight away, boys. See you tomorrow night for Dimbolo at 9 o'clock for part 2, game week 16, up the All-Stars.